Hello, and welcome to today's video. Today will be the first episode of Children's Book Illustrator Tries Blank. I came up with that on the spot. Today's video is going to be a children's illustrator, that would be me. Children's book illustrator, I don't illustrate children. A children's book I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Hello, and welcome to Children's Book Illustrator Tries Realism. So, this was basically based on all those wonderful artists who do those videos where they, use colored pencils and markers and create, those, hyper-realistic portraits, and I wanted to try my hand at it, so I did. So, I just went on Pinterest and literally searched up faces, and my choice for the picture, my reference, which this is it here on screen now. The reason I chose this one was because I was looking for one where the hair there wasn't too much of it, because I'm not great at drawing hair, and I wanted it to be easy shading wise and just a nice dark color. And then I had to choose a skin tone on markers I actually had and colored pencils, because I don't have any light colored skin tone markers. And the ones that I did have that would have worked for some of them are all dried out. I need to get new Ohus and Ohu. I don't know. But then I just used Ohu marker as a base, and then I went in with some colored pencils, which are not even Prismacolor or anything. They're just a box of colored pencils that we've had. It's like a plastic bin that we've had since I was a very small child. So yeah, this is definitely out of my boundaries because, as someone who's illustrating a children's book that is not a very realistic one, children's books tend to be not very realistic, unproportional, because it doesn't really matter. It's for kids. It just has to be colorful and fun to look at. So this was definitely new. Honestly, I think it looks better right now than it does in the end, because I'm not good at blending, and I just kept going at it. I don't know. I don't think it turned out horribly, but I definitely think I've learned things. I mainly need to get better at blending. And I feel all the shadows were a lot, too harsh of shadows. They needed to be lesser and blended out more. So yeah, and then the skin is definitely what took the longest on, because it was the biggest surface area. It had the most, dimension, because the rest of it is basically just the hair and the t-shirt, and I guess the eyes and eyebrows. But yeah, it was fun. I was just watching Netflix mostly throughout it, and it was mainly using this one colored pencil, which is the one in my hand now, which is, the perfect color, honestly, for the marker I used, and then I was just using some white colored pencils to try and blend it out, which is not the best because it gave a white tint to everything, but I guess that helped too. I don't know. What I really need is a white gel pen, because I don't have one, which means I can't do shiny shinies, and I love when I see people do the little shiny shinies with the white gel pens. So I need to get me a white gel pen. Pronto. I really like white gel pens. I've never had one. I've used one at my friend's house. I'm going off on a tangent. I think the part that turned out the best would be one of the cheeks. Probably this cheek. Probably this area in particular. This video is a bit longer because this took me so long, and so I don't really know what to say in the voiceover. So listen to some fun music for a little bit. I'll come to voiceover is out for now. Bye! I just thought of something to say. This is the most annoying thing throughout the entire experience was my pencils kept breaking. Or even if they would just run out, I would sharpen them, and then it would break in the sharpener, and so then I'd have to sharpen it again. And I went through like half of a pencil, probably not half, probably like a fourth of one of my colored pencils because I was trying to sharpen it and my sharpener kept breaking it. So then I switched to a different sharpener and it wasn't happening as much. It's probably less of the sharpener's fault and more of these are like 10-year-old colored pencils, probably mixed with a few like 3-year-old colored pencils. Like it's a mess. That was so frustrating. I had to take so many times to just stop and empty my pencil sharpener and then sharpen my pencils, and it was frustrating. Okay, that's all I had to say. All right, voiceover Izzy. Bye for now. Enjoy this nice music. Probably bye. I don't know. Yeah, okay, bye. I guess I could talk about like the main part in the title, which is children's book illustrator. I've actually mentioned this once before in one of my videos. I don't remember what video it was. I don't know. I don't remember what video, but I remember I said something about it. And I think it was my first iPad video when I first got my iPad. I think that was the video because I was like, let me explain. So yes, this will be a little bit of a story time, I guess, because there's still some time left in the video. So it's going to be a very short story time. So basically, I am illustrating a children's book, and I am a young teenager. Definitely not a professional. Don't really know why my boss hired. Anyway, so my mom and I went to her friend's house, which is a couple hours away. Like, we were visiting her farm. And her friend is a senior citizen, I guess. She's like in her 50s or 60s. That's not very important. Basically, she has a grown child, many grown children actually, and 2 of them still live there because they like travel around a lot, so they don't really have neat houses because they're traveling. So anyway, and her name, we'll call her Miss Chris because I don't know if she's okay with me using her real name. I did not ask her. So basically, she is a teacher and a writer, and we were talking, and I was like, I draw, and she's like, she must have been real desperate, because she's like, really? Let me see. So I showed her, and she's like, my illustrator for this project just quit. Would you like to intern for me? I could not actually pay you, but what was something you would like? And I was like, well, you are a teacher, and I would love some creative writing classes. And so she's like, cool. So then we got in touch with my mother, and she gave me free classes, which were usually very expensive because she's a very good teacher. And I interned for her, and I illustrated for her project. Here are some of the drawings I did. And so then, her other interns who were working on the project, where their internships were up, she didn't really have anyone else to work on the project, so she's like, all right, Izzy, thanks for your help. It's on hold for now. And so then, she inherited her family company. So her family has this, like, school curriculum company, like a homeschool curriculum. And so it had kind of been run into the ground because it was just, like, her brother, I think, who had it, just, like, did not have time to run a business because he had a job and a family. And so then she got it for Christmas, basically. And so now she's the CEO of it. And so then, last summer, she emailed my mom and was like, hey, I have an opportunity for Izzy. We're doing this children's book, and we need an illustrator for it. And so basically, the book is about the Industrial Revolution. And, there's my head. Gross. At least I was wearing a headband this time, so all my hair's going everywhere. Anyway, and so she was like, we need an illustrator. And so my mom emailed her, and we talked. And we came up with a price, and then I was like, well, if I'm illustrating a book, I kind of want to get a new thing. And I was already a new drawing tablet, because I'm illustrating it digitally. And so then, I was like, I need a new one, but I can't afford the one I want, which is kind of sad. And so then she's like, well, I'll give you $500 for it. And I was like, oh my god. And so then, I saved up all my money, and I worked at this place for a month. it was like this place that would actually hire me because I technically am not old enough to receive a proper job yet, and it was like this little fair thing basically. And I saved up enough money to get an iPad Pro and an Apple Pencil, and I've been illustrating. I've been doing mostly sketches. We haven't moved on to final drawings yet because she had to launch a website, and she was just too busy to like correspond with me on it. Here's some images from the book. Here are some sketches I've worked on. Some of them are pretty messy, but yeah. I just thought I haven't actually told the story, and I thought it would be interesting to talk about it while I did this realism. I know it doesn't really have much to do with the video. Molly, be quiet! Molly. Anyway, I knew I didn't have much of the video, but I haven't actually told the story. I'll probably go into more detail someday, but I thought it would be something to talk about over this voiceover. So let me go back to the actual drawing for the couple minutes we have left. So the hair was pretty easy. It kind of looks like she has gray hairs, like old grandma, instead of highlights, but whatever. The eyes were also easy. The thing about this drawing is it looks more stylized than realistic, which I wasn't trying to do. I'm just not very good at shading and texture. And then I did the eyebrows, and I just used the same color I did for the hair. Actually, I might have used a lighter color, I think. Yeah, I think I did. And then I just used some white to like try and blend everything out. And then I was adding black to the hair because I'd used like a dark brown, so I added black to try and darken it up. I didn't fix her old grandma hairs. I tried to add some blush and blend it out, but can't really see it very well. I added her t-shirt in. I added too much black to it because of course I did. And I did it mostly off frame. And then I tried blending it out with my white pencil, which is more of like a creamy white. So it doesn't look exactly perfect, but nothing about this drawing does, so it's fine. You know, I really like the left eye better than the right one. It just looks better. I think because there's that little white spot, maybe, and there's more lines and stuff. So here I was just like adding some hair and flyaways, and yeah, this is the finished product. If you liked it, don't forget to hit like. I'm sorry for my bird being so loud in the background. I don't know what this voice is. Have a lovely day. I love you all. Bye.